So it will give you the definition of what are the input devices and which are the input devices, and some of the examples that are being listed here is OCR, MICR, OMR. About all these things you will learn, plus other input devices that are included in the chapter. So how are they used? Okay, so let's go to that. First one is input device. Okay, so let's continue. This is input devices. Now we are going to see what are these input devices and different devices in detail. An input device, as I already told you, it is used for inputting some data. The name itself is very clear what it can be used for, to feed some data into the computer. So get some data or instructions from the user. So if I want to do something in my system, I have to give raw data or some info, something to the computer. So that is done through this input device. And after that, what happens? It just gives the information to the CPU, and something happens inside the CPU with the help of ALU, CU, and all those components, and then whatever is the result I get is displayed through the help of output devices. Okay, so and these are input devices and we have different output devices. So let's see one by one what are these input devices. So some common examples are given here: keyboard and mouse. These are very basic input device, as you know. Keyboard, mouse, very basic input devices. In addition to this, we have so many other devices too, like OCR, MICR, and other readers. So here they have in this chapter some input devices has to be learned in detail. We will see one by one which are they, and you have to know this full form also. OCR is optical character recognition, magnetic ink character recognition, and mark sense reader. MICR stands for magnetic ink character recognition. How it works and what it does, we'll see in detail now. Let's go to the next same topic, input devices. Inside that we are going to see keyboard in detail. So what is a keyboard? Everybody might have seen what is a keyboard. So usually for laptop you don't have a separate keyboard, but for the computer system you mostly have the separate keyboard attached to it, and we have sets of key. All the keys what are used here have different names. So you can see on this side you have numbers. So this is a very old keyboard where you have got this numbers on one side, and this is basically for a system, computer system. For laptops, this is not the way of arrangement of keys inside that. So you have got function keys here, you have got letters, alphabetical keys here, and all other things are there. Enter is here, space is here, all those things. Now let's see in detail what they have written here. The keyboard is very much like a standard typewriter with a few additional keys. So it looks like a typewriter of old time. So many of us might not have seen the typewriter thing also, because that's outdated, we can say, and a keyboard has taken its place. So keyboard is like a standard typewriter. We find QWERTY keyboard with 10 plus keys on it. So you can see here QWERTY, you can see here QWERTY is the first row of this keyboard. So this is the way it is arranged, so we call it as QWERTY keyboard. First letter will be Q, then it comes W, then E, R, T, and Y. So this is the way it's arranged. So it is named as QWERTY keyboard. So the first key is arranged in this order. The additional may be included in the modern multimedia keyboard. So keyboards have changed its shapes within so many years. First it used to be a wired keyboard, now you can get wireless keyboard too, and so many other things are available in the market. Now a keyboard looks like this. Just when you get time, try to understand how a keyboard of a system looks like and where are all those buttons. And being a computer student, you will be able to know better like which keys are arranged in what places. And to improve our input device is mouse. So mouse is very commonly used input device. It is what is the use of this mouse? It uses as a pointer. So you can see here, if I show in the system this thing, I'm doing this using the mouse. So mouse just points to all the places where you want to. If I want to go to the right hand side, it just points here. If I go to the left hand side, it just points here. So I can select any options available, and the thing what is moving here, right here, is known as the cursor or the pointer. It is displayed on the screen. If I just keep it like that, it will go away most of the time. You can move it outside the screen also. See, I'm moving it outside the screen, so it's not available here. You can see here. But if you want to select something, just you have to move the mouse. You have usually mouse has left and right button, and you can click over that to get to your options available. It is a small object that you can roll along a hard or flat surface. So before, a mouse used to have a ball kind of things under it. So when the ball moves, it just points. So it was quite difficult to use. It's not that difficult, but those who have not used those things may be difficult for them. And it's a kind of, now after within some years, it has changed its shape, or you can say now the flat mouse are coming, so that light works on the light system, or you can say you don't have that ball kind of thing under it, so you need to roll along a hard surface, but it mostly works. Okay, so next input device that we are going to see is mouse. It's a very common input device, very common input devices. It uses a pointer. So if you move to the if you want to move to the right, we can use this mouse pointer to move to right. If we want it to move to left, we can do that, and we can select any options which are available on the tab. So this is the pointer, or we can also call it as a pointing device, to select the options on the screen. So it's a small object that used to have the mouse which is available now works on a flat surface, but before what you had also used to work on the flat surface, but you had kind of a small ball that used to move, and it used to make the pointer move on the screen. But nowadays, what type of mouse you are getting, it can be wireless too, and some are wired, and most of them are wireless, so that's very easy for you to move. Like you can carry it, and just you have to use a small pin on your screen, on your computer. You can use that pin, and just it works as a wireless system, that's all, and it's very easy to use nowadays. So that's what is the use of mouse: to select the option, or to give some input from your computer, all those things. The pointer, see, as you move the mouse, the pointer on the display screen moves in the same direction. Like if you want to go to right, it will go to right, and if you want to go to the left, it will go to the left, and wherever you take the mouse, it will go there. And if I want to move it out of the screen, I have to just put it little up above, so it will go out of the screen. A mouse may contain one or two or more buttons. So usually the mouse which is commonly available has left and right buttons. You have to click it, and for scrolling you have the middle one, you have one like this. This is the old wireless mouse. So this is the scrolling thing. You can scroll your screen, like I will show you how it is done. See here, the screen can be scrolled up and down using the scroll button. So mouse has that device. Using the left button, I can click here, and it will give you accordingly what thing you want, and on right click it will give you something else. So when I right clicked, I got this thing here. Okay, but when I click left, nothing happened, just working as like I'm using the left mouse button to circle this word running. And when I use the right one, it is this option popping up here. So mouse, it is an electromechanical device. It's also called as a pointing device. Okay, Okay, now let's check the next page. What is the next thing? Next one is scanner. As this example was given, scanner, it's also, as the name suggests, it is used for scanning something, to take the information and put it on the system or the computer. So it is also another kind of input device. That means output, you have some input, you have an input or data outside and you want to read it through your system. Okay, you want this information to be given to your computer system. So using a scanner, using a scanning device or scanner, you can put those information into your computer system. Okay, like you that can read text or an illustration. It's a drawing printed on a paper and translates the information onto the computer. A scanner works by digitalizing an image, so dividing it into a grid of boxes representing each box with a 0, 0 and 1s. So you don't have to worry about that what is happening all around. So what it does, it convert it to a digital form. The given image is converted to digital form with grids, like boxes are there. That's a way of identifying an image, so you don't have to worry about that. But what is happening whenever you want to put some information into your system, just put the paper right here, or the paper picture or whatever it is, and you can use it as a soft copy. Soft copy means in the form of a computer data, not as a printed form. So usually the work of a scanner is to convert the printed information into a soft copy or a computer form, like any computer form. Like I can use it as a PDF, or I can use it as a document in the computer. Okay, PDF or computer data, computer data. So printed hard copy gets converted to, hard copy is the printed form, hard copy gets converted to soft copy. Okay, so whatever is the result, that is, you can see the resulting matrix of bits called the bitmap can be stored in a file, displayed on a screen and manipulated by programs. So for example, if I want to send somebody an email and I want that image to be sent with that, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to scan it to my computer system, and I can use it as an attachment, and I will attach that information to my email and I will send to some other person. Okay, that's a way done. So scanner helps us in this way, converting a hard copy to a soft copy. So optical scanner do not distinguish text from illustrations. They represent all images, bitmaps. So optical scanner, they are separate, a special type of scanner, you can say, which does not distinguish text from illustration. They what they do is they represent everything as illustration or drawing, and they represent it in the form of bitmaps. Okay, so bitmaps, that way data is being stored, and you can directly edit the text that has been scanned. To edit the text read by an optical scanner, you need an optical character recognition system, OCR. So this is another system which recognizes the image into ASCII characters, converts to ASCII characters. So we have got those kind of OCR here. So what is that? What does that mean? It is another kind of input device. That means it's a device that is used for reading the text from a paper and translating the image into the form that the computer can understand. That is what done by a computer. Usually a scanner does everything, and this is done for reading the text from the paper and translating it into image, it converts it into the image form. And like OCR is used, an OCR is used to convert books, magazines and other information into digital form. So if you see here, so you might have seen in the video what is happening. Whatever is the information from the book, that is being converted using the OCR. From the using the OCR, the information is converted to computer, like computer form. That means you had information on piece of paper and it was scanning. The OCR was scanning the information and it is putting directly to the computer system. So that device helps in that way, or converting the information to digital form. Next one, similar to scanner, but not as a whole information, line by line they are converting. So text, they, as it is told, text is converted to, text information is converted to picture form or digital form, digital information. Next one is magnetic ink character reader or MICR. This is another kind of input device that is being used. It can identify characters printed with a special magnetic ink. That is a property of MICR. It has a special magnetic ink, and this is found usually in banking industry, and the checks, they have this code. This MICR code is available on the checks and all, and using a special device of MICR, that is the input device, this code is being read, and this way it works in the banking industry, and that is helpful in that way. And I will show you how the picture looks like. You can see here, magnetic ink character recognition devices, MICR devices are like this. See, when you put the check, they read it and you have got a code here. These are the code, using that this device reads those code. Okay, that is another kind of input device. So next, let's go to the next input device, that is optical mark recognition, that is OMR. You might have heard this word OMR during exams, tests and all those things. We have got a special paper where so many questions are there, and you have to use only pencil for special marking of the answers and all. You might have seen those things. So that is OMR, and the sheet is known as OMR, and it recognizes those. How it works, that let's see that. Optical mark recognition, also known as mark sense reader, it's a technology where an OMR device, it has a special device, senses the presence or absence of a mark. So when mark is based on those marks, it identifies whether the answers are correct or not, such as pencil marks. So usually pencils are used in those. I'm not sure whether any other inks are can be used. Usually pencils are used, and like you will be having, like for question number 1, you have got 4 options like A, B and C and D. 4 options are there, and your answer is, the right answer is D, and you are going to mark B for that. So if I mark here, I have to bubble this up, so that it means that my answer is B. Say B, C and D, but it looks for an information here, since D is the correct answer, and it is not going to get here any information, is a blank. So maybe based on that technology, it says this answer is wrong. So this is the way of usually for competitive exams and all, they use this, where objective type answers, not for descriptive type, objective type. Why? Because it can read only the pencil marks. So these are the optical mark recognition, mostly used for multiple choice questions, objective type questions. This is another kind of device that is being used. So and I can show you another picture of those things. See this kind of paper, pink. This usually this is OMR sheet. If you go to Google, you can find out what is that OMR sheet looks like if anybody has not seen. So in this it will be put, and based on that it will find out the answer. The help of human is not required here, so it's very easy to calculate, and that manual task can be avoided in such places. And another input device, you can say barcode reader. So these you might have seen in supermarkets and all. You have got this kind of lines will be there, this long lines will be there, and usually shopkeepers look for those things to scan to give you a bill, usually bills in the supermarket, bookshops, libraries. They search for these long lines, and the barcode reader, that the device will be there with them. It's a photoelectric scanner that reads the barcode, so you don't need to mention the particular name of those. Based on that item, they will give you a bill. Based on that, the barcode reader scans the barcode of the product and checks the description and the latest price of the product based on this one. So it's another kind of input device which inputs all the information about that object. Next is digitalizing tablet, like the one I am using here. You can see the digitalizing tablet consists of an electronic tablet. You have got a tablet kind of thing and a cursor or a pen. See, I am underlining this using that pen. Cursor is also known as a puck, is similar to a mouse. It acts as a mouse. So this thing I'm using right here is this device, that cursor. Okay. Size buttons. So pen, this pen is also known as stylus. You might have seen for a mobile and all, sometimes to select the option you have got this stylus. Stylus is there. It looks like a simple pen or a ballpoint pen, but uses an electronic head. It has an head instead of ink, but the real ink won't be there, but it is based on this electronic head. Okay, based on this movement it converts information to the digital signal and it sends it to the computer. So this is another kind of thing that is being used for writing to the system directly. So I can write directly. I'm not using a pen, I'm using this device and I'm writing here whatever I want to. I can draw using this, usually used for a computer system. Another is like, so our next input device is light pen, which is a light sensitive detector to select objects on a display screen. Usually it was on CRT monitor and all, used long before, but nowadays it is not in much use. So that is another input device. The next one is speech input devices. Like these are very common nowadays. You may see when you want to input something or you want to give some get some information, you will be inputting the data through your voice. So you sometimes, if you want to search something, you will be using your voice to search the word or the phrase or whatever, and the particular person's speech will be converted to digital form. So that is also possible nowadays. It is very common in your mobile uses and all. You can see through many apps, you can just call the name of that and you can just put your voice there and it will be getting converted to the information what you need. So that is very commonly used input device. So by this the input devices topic is done. Let's go to the next topic. Thank you.